A preview of the Ultra Urus reveals that engine and suspension tweaks significantly change the big Lambo's character. Lamborghini has just unveiled the Urus Performante in Pebble Beach, but you won't have to wait long to learn how it drives in nearly finished guise. We'll deal with those numbers first since it won't take long. The Performante uses the same twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 as the regular Urus, with output increased slightly to 657 horsepower. That's a 16 HP increase over the standard version. Peak torque of 627 pound-feet is unchanged, as it represents the upper limit of what the 8-speed automatic gearbox can tolerate. Weight has also fallen slightly, with the Performante shedding a claimed 104 pounds thanks to reduced sound deadening, fitment of a carbon fiber hood, and lighter steel springs swapped in for the regular version's air suspension. But despite that weight loss regimen, the Urus Performante is still pretty porky, tipping the scales at just over 5,200 pounds. Subscribe to the channel to keep abreast of the news in the world of cars. The Performante sits 0.8 inch closer to the road on its new springs, which continue to work in conjunction with adaptive dampers and a 48-volt active anti-roll system. It gets a new center differential that diverts more torque to the rear axle, and the rear differential again is able to distribute that torque to each rear wheel. Carbon ceramic brakes and rear wheel steering are standard, as on the regular Urus, but all the active dynamic systems have been recalibrated to improve responses. The Performante also gains a new rally drive mode that permits drifting on low grip surfaces. The regular Urus has never been lacking in mechanical charisma, with a powerplant more theatrical than many theater companies, but the Performante has indeed succeeded in turning the experience up a couple of notches. Accelerator response feels even more eager in the more aggressive dynamic modes, and the V8 sounds raspier and angrier above 4,000 revolutions per minute with a fusillade of pops and rumbles whenever you ease the gas pedal. The chassis enhancements are equally notable. Lamborghini's chief technical officer, Ruben Moore, says the decision to switch to steel springs was done primarily to improve response, although Lamborghini also saved 30 pounds over the regular car's air springs. The Performante seems certain to feel firmer out in the real world, especially when sitting on the larger 23-inch wheels. 2.2-inchers will be standard. It's definitely louder too. Even at a cruising pace, the V8 fills the cabin with a muscular hum. We also were able to try out the new rally mode on Nardo's gravel-covered off-road handling course. This mode reduces the ESP intervention threshold and uses the torque biasing rear differential to allow a driver to achieve, and hold, impressive angles of power oversteer. Despite being quicker and more responsive, the Urus Performante is definitely not a stripped-out performance special. Beyond Performante branded seats, it feels pretty much identical to the existing car, and buyers can take advantage of the same extensive range of factory customization options provided their wallets can bear the additional strain. Sales will start by the end of the year, with a $264,671 base price representing a relatively modest premium over the existing Urus, which starts at $229,495. As the most extreme version, the Urus Performante seems set to be the one that best encapsulates Lamborghini's core values. Subscribe to the channel to learn more from the world of cars.